Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So, guess what time it is? It's time to update our monthly agenda. That's right. It is time to update for April. Can you believe it's almost April? I could not. So, and I really when I realized that, it was like, oh my gosh, no, I can't believe it, because I don't even have anything back here yet. So I was going through the little book here, of ideas that I keep writing down. And I've already started that little travel journal, and I want to show that to you. So the other ideas that I have written down here are a little square journal, a little mini journal, like a little maybe a 2x3 or a 3x5, something little. I made one of those years ago, and oh my gosh, they're so fun to find all your little mini things. Do everything in miniature. Oh my gosh, they are so fun to do. And then do a weekly thing called Finish Me Up. Because I noticed that I have two journals sitting behind me on the other workstation that we never really finished. And I have several journals that, as I was going through them looking for some ideas, that aren't finished. I've told you before, if they don't have a dangle on them, on the outside, the spine jewelry, that tells me that they're not finished. There's still room to play and to do other things in them. Now, they could be finished. They could be, but to me, they're not finished. There's still room for play and to add things. So we could jump back into one of those and maybe get some ideas and add some more things to it. And then a box journal. I've been wanting to make a box journal for the longest time out of a cereal box. And I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a minute. And then an Alice in Wonderland journal. I'm not a huge Alice in Wonderland fan. When I was a kid, she used to scare the heebie-bejeebies out of me. That queen. Oh, I couldn't stand that queen. She used to scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. So I never really read the books, but as an adult, I like some of the artwork, not all of it. I don't like the scary artwork. The creepy stuff. I don't like that. And let me show you the book I got for us to use. I got this one. It's called Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And there's some artwork in here. And this was a library book. And let me show you what the cover. I love this. I really like this. But the cover of the book is just that. It's just that. It's very plain. So I'm thinking I would take it, but I love the spine. But the book itself has got some mold issues. See the white dots? It has some mold issues. And I'm allergic to mold. And I'm not getting into mold. So, if I can't get that taken care of, then I'm not going to use the actual, and it's because it's fabric. This is fabric. That's why. So if I can't get that taken care of, which I'm sure I probably can, then I'm going to use this. I like this better anyhow. And I'll just take this off. And we'll just make this. Now, because this, I can clean this out very easily. I can clean that out and get rid of any mold spores. And I like this. I like this cover so much better than that. I just really don't like that. It's very plain. Now, I could decorate it. Granted, I could decorate it. But I like that so much better. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this. Now, my ephemera that I have does not match this at all, but I really don't care. I just like this. Now the artwork that's in the book, and there's a little bit, there's not a lot, there's a little bit. I would use it Now see, that's the Scary Queen. That's the Scary Queen right there. I never really liked her. So we would have to do something about her. I always liked the king, but the Scary Queen, I never really liked so much. She always looked like she was ready to eat you. You know, so I would use some of the artwork. I would use a lot of the pages. I would coffee dye them because this book is not that old. This book is from, let me see here. Where is it? Ouch. This book is just from 2000 and... No, I just saw it. This book is just from 2003. So it's not that old. So I would coffee dye these pages, you know, to make them look a little older. To give me the look that I want. And I would probably find the middle of a signature in here. And instead of tearing some pages out, I don't know if you can see them, but they're very tight. But I would take, you know, some of the pages out as 2 pages. And because the signature is not sewn in. I mean, it is sewn in right there. See, so I can get this, but it's glued like back there. So I would have to find the center of each signature, but it's not sewn, it's glued. No? Oh no, I'm gonna have to investigate it a little bit and see if I can maybe get some pages out easily that I could use them in the book. And if not, I can use washi tape. I was looking to see if I could show you how I would take them out. If I could find the center of this one. Okay, let's see here. It's right here. Right here's the middle of this one. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but right in there are the stitches. So I would have to cut all those stitches, and then I would be able to lift these pages out as one whole page, just like when we sew ours in. I'd be able to lift that page out, and it would be one page. And I'd be able to sew it back in my book. So if I could find the center of my signature in here that had artwork on it, I could do that. Like, I like that artwork. So if I could find the center of that signature, I could lift out that page and use that. Which is kind of what I want to do, and then I'd be able to, you know, decorate the pages before and after it. So that's kind of my plan for Alice. I just don't know when Alice is going to happen through the month of April. She may not happen until closer to the end of the month, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still working on my actual layout. Now, another book that I found is called Grandma's Attic, which goes along with something else that I want to do. This is the sweetest story series, and it comes in a book of 3, a series of 3. So if you have young readers, young girl readers that are, say, 9, 10, maybe even 11, and they like to read, maybe even 12, I don't know what kids like to read books of. If they're good readers, maybe even 8, I don't know. That shows you how bad I am. But here are the books, 1, 2, and 3. And it's called the Grandma's Attic series. And this is the sweetest little book series. And they talk about Grandma. And, oh, there's 4 of them. I'm sorry. And it talks about Grandma. And how, you know, the granddaughter, the little granddaughter here, goes to visit Grandma, and Grandma lets her go up into the attic and she explores. Well, everything's a lesson with Grandma. And Grandma teaches her things while she's there for the summer. So it's a very sweet little series. It's not sappy. It's not that, oh, my teeth are gonna rot out type of sappy, but it's a very nice book series, and it tells you about it on the back. And the little girl's name is Arletta. And she discovers hidden secrets in Grandma's attic. So this is going to go along with something else that we're going to do. And I'm going to put this off to the side for a minute. Now, another book that I would like to do is Mary Poppins. Now, Mary Poppins, as you all know, is a Disney character. Well, being a Disney character, Disney has not released Mary Poppins, but I do need to get that out of there. So finding Disney or Mary Poppins ephemera with Mary Poppins is extremely difficult. But Mary Poppins is my favorite Disney character. I adore her. When I was a kid, between reading Winnie the Pooh and Mary Poppins, that's how I spent my days. I just adore Mary Poppins. And I even have the videos now as an adult. And she makes me cry. Now as an adult, the new videos now. So I would like to do something with Mary Poppins. So any suggestions that anybody has on how to find something on Mary Poppins now, I would appreciate it. Any suggestions, any place I could find ephemera, I would appreciate it. So I am not going to take this book apart or do anything with it until then. I actually have 2 of these books. One of them is older than this one, and it's in my private collection. This one was a library book that was destined to be destroyed, and I rescued it for $3.99. And it still has the plastic on it from the library. And I have this little sticker that reminded me of Mary Poppins, the little lady that was on it. And I wanted to save that little sticker. That was why I put it in there. Because it just reminded me of it. So I want to stick it under that cover so it doesn't fall out. It's from the collection of the Friends of Columbus Metropolitan Library. And I happened to find it for $3.99 at a bookstore. So I do want to do a Mary Poppins book. And then Dr. Dolittle, I also found Dr. Dolittle. And I had thought about doing Dr. Dolittle. Well, this was the book that I found. And I found this book online. And I found this book for $5. And I thought, oh, Dr. Dolittle sounds fun. I know you all are thinking, what in the heck? But I was looking for fun journals that we could do. And I guess I was feeling nostalgic. And then when I got this book, I opened it up. Oh my gosh. Wait till I show you the inside of this book. We will not be doing Dr. Dolittle with this book. Wait till I show you. Are you ready? Look at the inside of this book. Now, this was a $20 book originally. And look at the cover. It's very plain, but it's embossed right here. That's a small book. But look at that inside cover. Isn't that fabulous? And I don't think this book was ever opened. The artwork in this book is breathtaking. Let me show you some of the artwork in this book. I don't know who did it. Even the black and white. But look at the color. Isn't that fabulous? Look at that. And I thought, I cannot tear that apart. I'll just save that for my grandson and, and read it to him, or let his parents read it to him as he gets older, or let him read it. Because that is such a gorgeous book. And this book isn't that old. Let's see, how old is this book? Now, I say that, and let's see, this book is from 1997. So this book is a year older than his dad. But this book looks like it has never been touched. And it looks brand new, like nobody's ever touched it. And it is just gorgeous. So I think this book is going in the pile for my grandson. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And that's the back of the book. Yeah, so we'll have to find a different Dr. Dolittle book. You know, when I ordered it, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting, you know, just a book that was, you know, kind of torn up and kind of yucky. And I thought, oh, well, we could do all kinds of different animals, fun animals, children's animals, and, you know, maybe find a person to represent Dr. Dolittle. And then I get this book and it's like, oh my gosh. So, no, we won't be doing that one. So my grandson gets another book. He's going to need a bigger bookcase. That's all I can tell you. So, Dr. Dolittle was going to be in the box journal, but well, he's not going to be in the box journal. So back to Grandma's attic. So I had a dear sweet friend in the box journal. This is the box journal that I want to make, or something similar. This is a box journal. And what I did was, with this journal, was I took cereal box. This is just a cereal box, and I glued 2 pieces together. Okay? This is just 2 pieces glued together in here. There's 2 pieces there. There's 2 pieces there. There's 2 pieces for the spine. Okay? And then I covered it with 1 sheet of paper. Okay? That's all this is. That's all it is. And then on the inside, now this book is for my niece. And then on the inside, I covered the inside with 1 sheet of paper. And it measures 5 inches tall, and it's 7 inches from spine to here. So it's actually, if you laid it flat, it's 12 inches long. Okay? If you lay it out flat, like this, it's 12 inches long. Okay? So, to do this book, you need 1 or 2 12-inch pieces of paper for your cover and your interior. And maybe 1 or 2 cereal boxes. Or you can use bookboard if you have bookboard. And that's what's going to make this book. Now, if you want to use corners like I did, you can put your corners on it. And I put 3 little signatures in it. Now, as you can tell, this one's not tied. They're not tied very tight, and they should actually be tied tighter. So I probably need to go in and tie them tighter before I send it to her. But they're not very big signatures, and they're not, and they're tied with, I'm not sure what they're tied with, actually. And I'm not sure why they're not very snug. So let's tie this one a little bit snugger here. Unless it just came loose as I was knotting it. But it just has a variety of papers in it. From garden books and coffee dyed paper and things like that. It's not, you know, they're not big. They're not big signatures, as you can tell. This one looks big because it has a, right here, it has this in it. But one of them, what is making it so big? Here, this one. This is just a, right here. It's an envelope that loads on the side. And if you were to pull that out, you can still see on the inside. That's what's making it look so big. Now you can see how I made this whole journal. It's in the playlist called Box Journals. And then in, let's see, there's all kinds of different things in here that, you know, we haven't done in a long time. There's flip outs in here, different flip outs that we haven't done. This is just a, so, but this is for my niece. And we're going to be making a journal like this with a box. Now, Grandma's garden. So I was thinking, now this is different from Grandma's journal. Now that's going to continue on Mondays. That's the beginner journal series. And the beginner journal series will continue on Mondays through most likely May. And those are easy journals of different types, and for beginners, to help beginners, you know, kind of get used to making journals. Those will continue on Mondays. Through the month of April, videos will air Sunday through Fridays. There will not be a video airing on Saturdays. So many videos air on Saturdays. Mine tend to get lost, so one will not air on Saturdays in April. Easter Sunday is April the 20th. I will try to have one air on Sunday, Easter Sunday, since that is one of my normal days. And I do try to get them out so they come out at 7 a.m. Now, in Grandma's attic, that got me thinking, and then a very dear friend of mine sent me a boatload. Let me move my glass of water here. A boatload of vintage stuff. I mean, a boatload. So I got to thinking, why don't we add a vintage journal to our stuff? Like, I have got a brand new tub here of, and I know I'm freaking some people out, of vintage buttons. Now, some of these aren't vintage, but some of them are. Some of them are probably from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Who knows? But I had a ball playing with these buttons. I had them dumped out all over the place. These little frogs were killing me. Yeah, I have several of these little frogs. They were killing me. I was having a ball with them. I have several of these ladybugs in all different sizes. Now, you know I'm keeping those. These remind me of suit and buttons. When I worked, I used to have a suit that had buttons like these. Now, you guys, that was back in the 80s and 90s. So, I just dated myself. This most likely is these are from ladies' suits. I have no idea what era these are from. And I have no idea what these are. No idea. I've never seen buttons with these on them. Unless maybe they're like honestly, I don't know what these are for. But I don't know. But there's all kinds of buttons in here. There's buttons with little puppies that look like little puppies. So she must have made quilts maybe for her grandkids. The lady that she got them from, because she got them from somebody else, and she said, I have so many I'm going to share with you. So the lady that she got them from must have made quilts maybe for her grandkids, because I have all these little puppy buttons. All different types of puppies. in a little puppy bowl. So there's the little puppy bowl. So she must have made puppy quilts. In this beautiful vintage tin that I love. And then this is just one bag of vintage things. So I thought, let's make a vintage journal. So I have vintage threads. This is, I'm not sure what this is. This is, I want to call it seam binding, but I think it's too big for seam binding. But I'm sure we'll find something to do with it. This is that crochet thread. No, this is darning cotton. Do you guys that are so young know what darning is? This is the iron-on patch. When my son was little, or even my husband and I, when you got a hole in your knee of your britches, you cut a piece of this and you ironed it on your blue jeans and it fixed the hole in your britches. This is elastic. And there's iron-on tape. And then in here, these beautiful napkins that she wrapped things in. And here's some ribbon. And here's some more iron-on mending. I'll put that in there. And this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. If I would have remembered that was in there today, I could have used that. And these beautiful, beautiful napkins. I love these napkins. So I think we're going to add that to our list. And here's some more mending yarn. Now, mending yarn was used mainly for socks, coats, sweaters, things like that. And look at this beautiful ribbon. Look at that beautiful ribbon. Isn't that lovely? Some seam binding. And look how wide that elastic is. Holy guacamole. But you know what? I remember when we had waistbands that were that wide. I do remember that. It just seems odd to actually see it, you know, when it's not wrapped around your waist, squeezing your innards out. Because it did. It did. Okay. And then in this little parcel here, there's a little applique, some vintage patterns. Here's some tweeds. Now these are, this Esso used to be like an old gasoline station. And you used to go in, you know, and get, whenever they came out and filled up your car, sometimes they would have these sitting on the countertop and you could go in and get them. You want to see what's in them? You could just go in and get them off of the countertop. Or, you know, the guy that was filling up your car would bring them out to you. Now, that would be probably 50s, 60s. See if there's no dates on them. Because I don't think they've been, haven't seen one of those in a long, long time. And then in here, these are little leather patches like you used to see on men's jackets, you know, on the elbows of their jackets. So, Amy, thank you very much for all of these goodies. And this isn't even all of it. there's more of it sitting in a box down here by my feet. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a vintage journal to our list. And, oh dear, here's another one. Let's see what's in there. Plus there's this lovely, look at this floral wire. Look how thin that is. Can you see how thin that is against my arm? Look how thin that is. But it's beautiful gold wire. So I'm thinking we're going to add a vintage journal, and we're going to use Grandma's Attic as kind of the backdrop for our, oh, and these are scissor sharpeners. Have any of you guys ever seen these scissor sharpeners? It's it would be like the knife sharpener that you have in your kitchen now. You take your scissors. It shows you how to do it. You take your scissors like this. You close it up. Hold on, I'll show you. And you go like this. And right here, tells you how to do it. It says use this side only, because the other side will destroy your scissors. So you use this side. You put your scissors in. And like this. See? Draw scissors across the bar, slow and firm strokes as if cutting the bar. And that will sharpen your scissors. Like that. And that sharpens the blade of your scissors. So I'm going to use this not only for my scissors, but for my gardening tools. But the little bar goes all the way through it. You can see it going all the way through it. Now that is pretty cool. I was excited when she showed me this. It's like, wow, I've never seen one of those. So we're going to put that in there. And let me see here. And then she sent me some of her dyed papers. Okay, these are just her dyed papers in here. They are lovely. And some book pages. And some CD cases. I have never had any of those. When, you know, whenever we had these ages ago, you know, we used them. Well, we haven't used these in so long that, golly, we've never had to buy those since then. And now everybody buys them. And some book pages and things like that. So, I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to add a vintage journal, and we're going to use Grandma's Attic as our backdrop. And I think that's what we're going to call our journal. We're going to call it Grandma's Attic, and we'll just go searching through and see everything that we can find. Oops, let's put that over there so we don't lose it. So, I think that's what we'll do. Let's add that to our list here. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to get all that worked in, but we'll figure it out. So, the box journal might be the vintage journal. Let's move those over there. And the square journal might be, you know, could be something else. So, now if you'll remember, back here in March, in here, I used my this was for my garden planner in here. So I'll be moving this up to April because I've started my garden planning. So let's mark off what all we've done here for my garden plans. So we've done that. So I've checked the beds. We've ordered the dirt. We pick that up tomorrow. I've started cleaning out the beds. So I'm ahead of myself on that. So I've started cleaning out the beds today. So dirt that gets picked up. Actually, the lettuce will get planted next week. Peas and potatoes get planted this weekend. Now, on our list here, now, if you're not interested in how this fits into our plan that I'm updating, you can stop it now. So, here's how we worked on our plan. So, everything was changing. This one is now going away. This one we had a problem with, so that has to be moved because that bed fell through. So that bed now has to get moved up there. So, yep. So that will have to get updated. And then my garden plan will get moved over to the April list for me to keep updated. And we'll keep everything updated for April. And we'll get specific on the listing of what we're doing. Let's get that in there. And let's get my list over here. Okay. Now, where'd my paperclip go? There it is. Okay. Now, let's put this over here so I don't lose it. Right there. Okay. So, we know Grandma stays on Monday. Okay. We're good. We are good. Alrighty then. So, I want to thank you for joining me. I will probably you're going to see this on Sunday. And this is our list that we have so far of things that we're going to be doing in April. Or we're going to try to do in April. And this is my brainstorm list that I worked on today. So the next time I see you, we are going to be working on formalizing our list and getting things together. And that will probably be, I don't know, maybe on Tuesday. And that will be April the 1st. We'll get some things finalized. I'll get another pocket put in that I can get my finalized list put in and maybe get my schedule set out and maybe get some things put together and decide what we're going to do. And until I see you then, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you enjoy working in your journals. And I hope you take the time to do that because that's so important to do things like that and make time for yourself. Until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.